we're Books Are My Fandom, codenamed BAMF, and we are two international book-obsessed beasties. We love young adult fantasy, sci-fi, contemporaries, and so on. Today's video is all about Taming of the Drew by Stephanie Kate Strohm. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
If we get angry emails from the author, cool. I am Dani, and I'm from the UK, and I rated the book 5 stars.
I'm Jamie from Canada, and I rated the book 4.5 stars. Today we're discussing the YA contemporary novel, The Taming of the Drew by Stephanie Kate Strohm, which is a retelling of The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare. As a disclaimer, we received a copy of this book in exchange for an honest review, which I've never actually said out loud and is kind of like a tongue twister.
In today's video, we're going to talk about what we liked and disliked about the book. We'll try our best not to spoil it for you. You might find that we go on and on about things that we like and don't go on and on about things that we didn't like, but that's because the book was amazing.
Yeah, we really like this one. Yes, especially since last month, we did not like the book at all, and our video was mostly us being like, this book sucks. We're really happy that this book was yeah, because...
amazing!
Yeah, we really like talking about books that we really like, and that was very hard last month.
Awkward.
Yeah. We'll link our review to The Great Hunt below. Yeah. So, anyways, Taming of the Drew. I really liked all of it, except for a couple things, minor things. But I really liked the characters, especially Cass. I liked that they were all, really fun and energetic and were really into their craft. It's really nice to see people be into things that they enjoy. I find sometimes in YA novels that people are nerds if they are really into the things that they like. So it was nice to see them just unapologetically really like drama and acting and go above and beyond to become part of this summer camp thing for the production of The Taming of the Drew. And I liked a lot of how the characters interacted. I did feel like the characters became kind of stereotypes almost of themselves at some points. There was, it just became they were these characters and it was okay, and then they would do something and I'm wow, that was 100 times more not needed than what that character actually needed to do. That came out really awkward.
Funny.
Yeah.
An interjection about if you really enjoy something, guys, enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you feel passionate, because I actually thought I was being really, really nerdy. I go on about books a lot at work. And I actually had 2 separate people at work last week in different departments turn to me and say, you know what, I really, really think it's cool that you like books so much. So guys, don't worry about being nerdy or geeky. Love what you love. Okay, that's my PSA for today.
No, that's really important too. Especially in high school when you're trying to fit in. I get it, we all try to fit in, but it's also really cool to have something that you're really passionate about. When I went to get my tattoo, my friend was like, oh, I'd really like to get a tattoo, but I don't think I like anything enough to really put it on me permanently. And I was like, Harry Potter, yo! So, go for it! Don't get a tattoo! Don't tell your parents that I told you to get a tattoo! Okay. Anyways, those characters in The Taming of the Drew, so good.
Sure.
It's hard. I'm so used to saying shrew. Yes. I also really like that Cass is redheaded because, but it's not like she was the chosen one, where in every YA fantasy novel, you know who the protagonist is because she has red hair.
Red hair, and she's all meek, and she's like, oh, I can't possibly be the one for this job. Someone save me. But actually, character arc. Yes, I am. I am the chosen one. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's
she's always yeah, she's always like, "Oh, my red hair," and the guy's like, "Oh, her red hair," and I'm like, "Okay," but nobody was ever like that to me in high school. Everyone was like, "You look like Anna Green Gables," and I'm like, "Okay." So
Confession.
I really liked,
I
yeah,
would have been like, I would have, if I went to school with you, I would have been like, oh my god, your hair is amazing. Because I always wanted red hair growing up.
yeah.
I'm
Everybody
gonna
who,
blame Harry Potter for that.
yeah, everybody who didn't have red hair and was also not mean to me was like, "Your hair's so pretty," but everybody else was like, "Ha ha, Anne of Green Gables, go live on a potato farm," and I was like, "Okay, thanks a lot, bro." I really liked that cast in the book. Talked about how she got made fun of for having red hair and like didn't really like her freckles a lot and like but also did because I have a love-hate relationship with freckles because that's the only reason you can tell that I've been out in the sun and they go away. No, like I got a okay, I was driving the other day for 20 minutes and I got a sunburn because I had my arm out the window. Like it's hard life, man. It's a hard life. But Cass got it. I just really liked that. Anyways.
Again, I also wish I had freckles. My brother has freckles. I don't know what happened. How did I miss this gene? I just have
I
like pale skin that turns red when I exert any kind of energy.
Anywho, Dani, what did you like?
Okay, so I'm gonna go on for a bit because like I rated this book 5 stars. I loved it. So like you said, Jamie, the characters were a bit stereotypical, but I was amused by them. All of them. Yeah, they each had a very distinct role to play, but kind of like in a play, they had this character and then they played that character. I don't know how I can put that.
Thank you. Thank you for really describing that.
It was like, that's you for the next 200 to 300. I don't even know how long this book is, but yeah. You didn't even need to have like so and so said because you could tell based on what they said who was speaking. Like if it was someone getting upset about like littering, you knew who it was, or about I don't know.
Boy.
Yeah, bubbly teenage girl who is boy obsessed. You knew who that was. But they had, like, some of them had really killer one-liners. There was one bit where I actually started choking on my drink because of one, like, very short line. The Boulder line.
That was actually a pretty funny line.
Yeah.
There was lots of really funny lines in this. I do give you that.
Yeah, and also there were...
Also, I give the author that. Good job, Stephanie, for making all these funny lines for us.
I had... You know what
I'm sorry.
Funny? I kind of saw, like... Have you watched Pitch Perfect? It is Pitch Perfect, right?
Of course I've watched Pitch Perfect, Dani. I am a female human being between the ages of 18 to 25.
Like, the whole, like, beginning, so when Cass meets Douchewaffle, sorry, I love that, Douchewaffle, that's my new favorite insult, where their whole, like, exchange, where he's like, did you just nut me? And she's like, yes, I did, and then I dropped some knowledge, and then I ergoed you, boom, did you just drop the mic? Drop the heck out of it. Like, I'm like thinking that's to me that sounds like a sort of Pitch Perfect type of exchange. Like you can just see. So yeah, Cass, I really liked her. She was in a very, so that's kind of a trait that's associated with redheads though, is that they're all like highly emotional.
And quick-tempered.
Yeah, which kind of shows that I should have been a redhead. Because that's me.
I'm not like that at all. No,
you're a slow build. But she was really snarky, she's temperamental, and she's kind of scheming. And I thought she was a very good point of view to read the story from. She also, what I liked was that, like everyone else, she was really passionate about what she was doing, and she was prepared to work for it. She wasn't just like, oh yes, I'm really good at this. People just hand things to me, please. She's like, no, I want to do this. I'm going to pick up their crap for this. Literally.
Yeah, pretty much literally.
Yeah. She didn't take crap from anyone except the bear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was, because she's 8, they were 18, right? Because they've all just graduated from high school. So I was
17. I was 17 when I graduated high school.
Yeah, same. But, you know, she was at the transition age. So she had her teenage girl moments, but then she was also really independent and really, she was sure of herself. And yes, that meant that she was maybe sometimes too confident with what she was saying or thinking.
No such thing.
But
flaunt that confidence.
As long as be confident, but then if you screw up, own your mistake.
But she did that. So.
Yeah. And I just thought it was really empowering reading her. Drew, so I didn't when I first started reading Drew, I had no idea how he was going to be turned into the love interest, because he drove me insane. He was so annoying and patronizing and arrogant, and I would have been just like Cass. I would have been like, who the f*** are you?
See, I was like really turned on by that. I was like, ooh, arrogance and you know everything. I'm good with that. Like, come here, boy.
I just want to say, I don't like facial hair. I really don't like facial hair. But
I do.
Yeah, so like everything was against Drew. I really didn't like him, and then somehow I still managed to be turned into a big dramatic puddle of goo at the end of the book.
You know why? Because of the stage fighting. That's why.
True. Oh, the chemistry and the quoting of Shakespeare. Like when they were getting emotional with each other and like bickering, they used lines from Shakespeare. They were quoting speeches at each other and dialogue from different Shakespeare plays, and I was like, I like this. That was just so cool. It was so different.
Nerdy.
It was kind of nerdy with the stage fighting, but it was also like
it was great. It was nerdy, but it was great. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry. Yeah, and it's just I love it when there's bickering, and you can just feel that tension, and you're just like, come on, guys, just kiss.
Dani really likes hate to love. Don't lie, you do.
I do.
That's your favorite trope, minus fake relationships, and yours is hate to love, because you love.
I like fake relationships, but I love hate to love. That's like, yeah, that is
because of the bickering. Because they still bicker after, and it's like just bicker city, and you're like so turned on by it. I don't know. And I like when people play pretend. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm gonna finish there.
Analyze you. Why do you like it when people lie? I just like chemistry. To finish off my gush review, I really liked the setting. I thought that, so it's by a lake in Vermont, and I've never been to Vermont, but I felt like I was there. I could see and smell and feel the sun around this lake and in the woods, and I really like woods in general, except when they're creepy, like in Snow White. But yeah,
I actually live near this kind of setting because I live on a lake. Like, not on it, even though I own lots of boat shoes, but I live near a lake, and there's also like a amphitheater stage right beside it, so I was like picturing that.
Oh, yeah. That's so cool.
Oh my gosh, we could reenact this book if you come visit me. Just saying. I probably can even find us some fake swords. Yeah, I'll be Drew.
Okay. You can be
I'll even get you a
arrogant.
red wig. I already am arrogant, Dani. That's not hard.
Cocky bastard.
Anyway.
So, what? Okay, so like, let's try and be balanced with this. Okay, so what didn't you like?
I didn't like that I thought that the relationship was a little rushed.
You didn't like that you felt. It's not that you didn't like that it was.
Yeah, it just felt that, like, okay, it was 2 weeks, and they were like, at the end, they said things that I don't want to say now because it might spoil the book for people. But they said things, and I was like, wait a second. I thought there could have been room for more time to then say these things.
To be fair, they did acknowledge in the book that it was quite quick.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that there was room for them to say, let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
I'll put in in a spoiler section what I thought could have happened that might have made it just that much more for me, but I was still like, oh my god, at the end. So it was like, whatevs. And I was at work too, and I actually said, oh my god, out loud, and somebody was like, what? And I was like, nothing. So
I just went out of focus there for a second.
I saw that. That's okay. I'm still here.
I will concede that it was quick, and it was a little bit predictable, but I spent most of the book going like,
is that like a meerkat impression? What is that? Are you a meerkat?
It was my fangirl fail impression.
Oh. Okay. Yeah,
it was
really, I think I read it in an hour, which means normal people will read it in 3. I mean, like, I read really quickly, in case you don't know that for some reason, because you don't follow me on Twitter. But yeah, I think I read it in like an hour, so it was like really quick.
I loved it. It just made my heart so happy. So happy.
Yeah. My heart was pretty happy at the end too. And you know me in romance, that's like not my jam, but this was my jam. I'm like space jamming. I'm just good. Good on ya. And that's a wrap. No, I'm serious. That's a wrap. That's all we have to talk about right now. Also, we interviewed Stephanie on the blog, so we'll link that and you can check it out. She talks about her favorite adaptation of the Taming of the Drew. And mine, but you know, it's probably the same. Yeah, and we'll make sure that we link it in our review, probably before we actually start our review, so that you can read it first. She also shares pictures of her time at drama camps, so that's pretty cool. For our next BAMF chat, since Dani is dancing, we're gonna read Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton, which I have read and really enjoyed, and Dani's gonna get to soon so that we can continue on with our lives, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see you next month, and next month is May, which I forgot until just this moment. Yeah, so we'll see you at the end of May. You know what else happens at the end of May? The Last Star comes out and we get more Evan Walker. Okay, anyways.
Okay, guys, thanks for making it to the end. Sorry we're a bunch of lunatics today. But we're lovable, right? See ya, people on the internet. I'm gonna cut like everything.
Yeah, I don't.
Bye!